Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well. Today's video is some footage that I took on my recent holiday in Canada, and it was in the Vancouver area, British Columbia. And it's basically some vehicles that I spotted while I was out there. Interesting vehicles such as American cars, classic cars, abandoned cars, and there was even some British cars, including Jaguars, which I know will make my Jaguar fans happy as well. So I hope you enjoy the footage. Sit back, relax, get yourself a cup of tea, and I'll see you again at the end of the video. This was the first interesting car I came across, the Chevrolet Z28, and I like the look of this car because one of my friends owns one of these as well. So yeah, I thought I'd get a bit of footage just for her and have a bit of a look around it. Certainly looking quite cool, isn't it, in black with a little bit of patina. It was a nice day for car spotting that day. And then, not long after that, we were on our travels and came across this Austin Mini. So yeah, I ended up seeing quite a lot of British cars while I was away. This one was interesting because quite unusual wheels and bumpers that I've never seen before. Whether that's an American spec bumper, maybe someone can tell me, I don't know. But the bumpers look quite unusual, and the wheels do as well. But apart from that, it was quite a good looking car, looked in good condition. Maybe looked like it had been stood for a bit, but yeah, cute little thing. Gotta love a Mini, haven't you, with the centre clocks like that. 70s, I'm guessing, 1970s. Interesting little side reflectors on the wheel arch there, I think. I don't know what it is. Maybe a reflector. Nice little Ford pickup. This guy didn't want to speak to me, so but it was still in use, this big Ford. And then I spotted this vehicle here, which I might need a bit of help from my American viewers because I'm not quite sure what it is, but Rambler. Yeah. Another lovely Chevy pickup that I came across, and the guys had a bit of a chat for a while. Nice paint job, nice wheels, and it sounds quite good as well. Is that a Lotus Emira? I just noticed that when I was out for a walk. Another British car that was sadly not looking its best. Quite a lot of damage on that, isn't there? And then I went to the grocery store and met a guy called Alan. We had a good chat for a long time, lovely guy. Had a bit of a chat about his TR6, which he was happy to show me around and chat about. And yeah, it was in great condition, his car. I think he'd had it quite a long time, and he actually told me to visit a garage, which I ended up going to, called Silk Cat Auto. So we'll see some of the footage for that in a minute. Take care, Alan. See you later. Okay. Thank you, mate. So yeah, thanks to Alan for putting me onto this Silk Cat. They were really friendly guys and they were happy for me to take some film and have a look around, and I knew that my Jaguar subscribers would appreciate this. So yeah, lovely E-Type in British Racing Green, parked out the front. Not keen on those American overrider bumpers, but I know they have to be fitted for certain markets. But yeah, a beautiful car, beautiful, looks well with the wide wheels and the white walls. Nice modern, well, modernish Bentley as well, parked outside in an F-Type. And then down the side, a nice selection of Jaguars. An X100 XK there, and an E-Type, and an XJS. I do have a bit of a soft spot for Jaguars, as my regular subscribers know fine well. Especially things like the XGS and the E-Type. And yeah, this was a really tidy one, this XJS. Really tidy, looking well in gold. But I was really drawn to this E-Type. The silver colour really sets it off. V12 as well. Lovely looking car. Guessing it had been in for some work. But yeah, really, really clean and tidy looking. Nice badge on the back there. It's a lovely colour that, isn't it, for the X100 XK. Really sets it off. So yeah, I had a wander around the back, and the first thing was this rather sorry looking Range Rover Sport, which has obviously been sat a while. I don't know what the plans were for this, but it's maybe a project or a stalled customer project, I don't know, but it's looking like the typical suspensions probably failed. Which can be expensive to sort out on these Range Rovers, sadly, and it does cause a lot of them to end up being scrapped or broken down for spares. But a bit further around, a lovely MGB Roadster. So yeah, I felt like I was back in the UK, because parked next to it was a lovely early Mini, another one, so the second Mini that I saw on my holidays. Loving the brown interior. This one was in for some tune-up, I think, and a bit of service and maintenance. And then something that wasn't British, a Fiat Spider. Great looking car, this. And again, it's just getting a bit of engine work, a bit of tune-up, a bit of ignition work. Fantastic looking car, isn't it? And I knew by the time I'd got into the back of the garage here that this was going to be a really interesting visit. I think they've been operating around 20 years or more, mainly Jaguars, so they kind of specialise in Jaguars. So yeah, there was quite a few in. XJ6 Series 3, that was a V12, that one. I think it was in for some ignition work, if I remember rightly. Yeah, you can see the distributor cap off there in the corner, and I think it was getting new plugs. Customer was complaining of a misfire. So that'll have been an interesting job to get your teeth into. And then there was a Series 2 Coupe, XJ Coupe, 2-door, that was getting a lot of work. I did believe, well, I was told it was getting an American V8 dropped in. So some of you probably wouldn't agree with that, but yeah, and then some early XKs were in the garage as well, getting various bits of restoration. I do love an early XK, aren't they beautiful? I'm guessing this might be the cylinder head from one of those early XKs. Another one there, various stages of restoration. So yeah, it was a really interesting little visit to this garage, and they were very passionate about what they do. There was a lot of Jaguar memorabilia as well around the place, on the walls, and and whatnot. Oh, X308, XJ. Obviously another customer's car popped in maybe for a service. Look at these great big leapers, these big Jaguar posters and whatnot, and a selection of Jaguar grills as well, which was nice to see. A bit of art, and a few number plates as well were on the wall. So yeah, it was a great visit, that. So if you're ever in downtown Vancouver, give it a look up. So a few days later we headed over to the Cultus Lake area, and I came across a couple of scrapyards and I couldn't help myself. I stopped again, and because there's something mysterious, isn't there, about old American cars abandoned like this. And yeah, it looked quite interesting as we wandered around. So first thing I spotted was this Pontiac Firebird. You know, my viewers from America and Canada, you might need to help me out with some of these, so if I get it wrong I apologise. I am a British man abroad. So I believe that's a Chevy, isn't it? The Chevy Stylemaster. Looking a little bit sorry for itself. Not too bad body-wise though, maybe could be saved. Not sure. I do love the American bonnet logos and whatnot that you find on the classic American cars. What's this next door? I might be wrong, but I think it's a Dodge Royale. So, is that a Dodge Royale? Might be getting yeah, that's the Dodge Royale. But I don't know much about these, so if you do, comment, tell us what you know. What I do know is there was a lot of interest in moss growth. Oh my god, nearly, well, worse than my Rolls Royce that I recently rescued. So yeah, funny little moss growing on both of these cars. They're almost like bushy eyebrows, that's what they remind me of. But yeah, I'm not sure whether these are salvageable, maybe some parts, but yeah, it was a really spooky kind of typical abandoned graveyard, if you like, for some of these. Isn't that a fantastic bonnet emblem? Dodge pickup? Possibly. Is this a Dodge? Yes. Tucked away in the bushes, minding its own business for many years, I guess. Oh, this was lovely, a Ford Ranch wagon. Lovely patina on this one. Or do they call it the Ford Fairlane Ranch wagon? I don't know. There was various badges on it. But yeah, I did love the patina. This was a beautiful car. Pontiac Parisienne. Amazing looking car. Obviously, this one's up and running and in beautiful condition, yeah. So I didn't get a chance to speak to the owner, but that was a lovely car. But I kept getting drawn back to this Ford Ranch wagon. Oh, a little Corvette round the back. Looking a bit sorry for itself. And then yeah, we back round to the, you know, if you're a British car fanatic, then you're probably thinking kit car from the Knight Rider series. That's what it reminds me of anyway, especially in black. So yeah, Pontiac Firebird. Not sure what year that would have been, but... And this was another breaker's yard that I visited as well. Had a lovely chat with the owner. He was telling me that It's very expensive now to get insurance to allow people to wander around the car, so a lot of the breakage yards, you know, you have to go into reception and ask for the parts, which is a shame. But he did have some interesting yard art, if you want to call it that, out the front. I'm not sure what that is. No badges. Looking very sorry for itself, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. I think it's just going to slowly dissolve and sit there as yard art. So, but yeah, certainly draws your eye when you're driving past. And then he did have this on the front as well, this lovely Dodge pickup, or well, pickup, could call it a truck, van, as we call them in England. But yeah, it was for sale, this. So if you're in the Cultus Lake area, you might want to, and you fancy something like this, you might want to go and check it out. It might still be for sale. But then my eyes were drawn to the Volkswagen Beetle next door. Oh dear. Another piece of yard art. Poor old VW being turned into a planter by the looks of things, but looked like it got mainly weeds growing out of it. So yeah, I'm afraid it's the end of the road for that Volkswagen Beetle. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and happy exploring, guys. Take care. Well, there we are then. I hope you enjoyed that little video of some of those interesting cars that I spotted while I was away in Canada. If this is your first time on Live on Cars, check out the playlist. We've got quite a lot of things going on. Classic car restoration, we've got Jaguar XK, we've got MR2, and this Rolls Royce, which is a big project that I recently took on. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, that'd be fantastic. And why not subscribe if you haven't done already? It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Just click on that button and it really helps me on the channel. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you again very soon with something else on Life on Cars. Bye bye now. Bye bye.